So we're going to have to stop chasing the bag, right? We're going to have to stop chasing the bag. It's a mindset change. Hi, how you doing? And welcome to my channel, Bianca Speaks. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you so much. Today we're going to talk about entrepreneurship. And of course, on this channel, we talk about self-love, breaking generational curses, being the best version of yourself, getting to the highest version of yourself, and just having, this I don't care moments and just loving you and doing you. But today I want to talk about entrepreneurship, and I want to talk about your purpose in that. God said to me today that I wrote in my book, which I'm going to share a clip of that in my shorts video that talks about your purpose. God said, let your works be acceptable to thy heart. What that means is, if you are not doing what you love to do, in my opinion, you're going to be a little bit off the rock. You're going to not be aligned with what you're supposed to be doing. Everyone here has a purpose. We all have purposes. We all are given a purpose. A lot of us don't do our purpose. In my opinion, you have to stop chasing the bag and chase your purpose. Those are two different things. Sometimes we feel that we're so, in this system that we feel that we can't step away from that system and do what God wants us to do. I'm not putting manly things first. I put God things first. As an entrepreneur, we do things to get money, which is fine, if that's what you want to do. But I encourage you to change that mindset and change that action and put your thoughts and your mind and your focus on what God wants you to do. Because take it from experience. When I was unaligned and I wasn't doing what God created me to do in the businesses that He created for me, baby, things were not working out. Everything, my finances wasn't working out. I had car issues. There's a lot of things that were going on. And I'm just like, something has to give. Like, what am I doing? And He still kept me afloat. I didn't fall, but at one point I did fail. I was like, you know what? Okay, let me step back. And God set me down. And pretty much He said, be still. And then, as you've seen in my previous video, He said, let me be God. You have to let God be God. But one thing that He wants us to do is actively work on our purpose and actively be in our purpose, because that is where our abundance lies. That is where our new character traits are. That is where our new habits are. It's not with what man thinks. It's not with a man-made algorithm. It's with our purpose. Because your purpose is to help other people. And what God equipped you to do, will do that and bring them back to Him. Whatever your purpose is, like if you are into technology like myself, I'm a programmer and a computer data scientist, maybe that's your purpose. I also use the other side of my brain in design and art. Maybe that's part of you. Maybe you are good at styling hair. Maybe you are good at taking care of people like a nurse or a doctor. Maybe that's what your purpose is. Maybe you are good at fixing cars or building homes or saving the animals or saving the plants, Whatever it is that you're good at, it's good. You're good at that because, in my opinion, that's something that you love. Now, you could be good at some things and it may not be something that you love, just could be something that you like to do. I do understand that as well. However, your purpose is directly aligned to everything that you're lacking right now. If you're in a season where things are a little bit rocky, you're in a season where you can't see the present in a good light, you feel that you have so much bearing on you that, and I'm only telling you this, guys, because it's something I've gone through. I will never get on this channel and tell you something that I have never gone through. If you feel so much weight on your shoulders, right, it's heavy here. Maybe you have relationship issues. Maybe you are going through something at work. Maybe you're having family issues. Maybe you don't feel good about yourself. Maybe you don't love yourself. Maybe you're trying to figure out, why is this always happening to me? Why do I always have to go through these things? Why it seems like everybody else's life is working out, but what's wrong with me? Like, what am I doing to myself? Like, why do I keep getting the short end of the stick? And I'm going to say to you, first, Speak light and positivity over your life first. Secondly, I need you to reevaluate your actions and reevaluate some things that you have been doing and you haven't been feeling good about it because it's not your assignment. You're putting yourself in places that God hasn't assigned you to be in. Ask God what your purpose is. And for those of you who already know what your purpose is, entrepreneurs, that is exactly what you should be doing. I am a firm believer that if we have so much evil in this world that's creating businesses and trying to take over people with making so many companies, and we're sitting here running the hamster wheel because we're not focused on God and our assignment. We're focused on what they're doing. When God is saying, I created you with a purpose. I created you with light. I created you to create something and create a business that can cast those things out. Do you understand what I'm saying? It makes a huge difference when you're aligned. So we're going to have to stop chasing the bag, right? We're going to have to stop chasing the bag. It's a mindset change. Because before you change anything with action, you're going to have to change your mind about it. Some of you may argue and say, well, Bianca, I have to make ends meet. I have to pay my bills. You're exactly right. You do that. However, you, in the process, are going to have to shift your mind to putting God first. Because are you going to spend 20 or 30 years doing something that's not your purpose, not what you're actually birthed in this planet to do? Or are you going to keep running the hamster wheel to what they want you to do? Yeah, you have choices. You do know that, right? We all have choices. Trust me, I know. Some choices we make that are good and some choices we make that are bad. But if I was created by God, who loves us so much, with a purpose, that in my opinion is the most powerful thing. And if he protects us from everything that comes against that purpose, so it can get done and be fruitful in the earth, why would I set that aside and put that last? Change your mindset is going to require you to reevaluate the things you know to be normal. Meaning, I have to get up in the morning and chase after something or someone or some job that's not in line with me. Yes, we have bills, but your transition out of that state should be working on your purpose. And I also am a firm believer that God can change your life instantaneously. When I said let God be God, sometimes we block God out the way because we think that we can do better or we think that we have it in control. And baby, I'm going to tell you right now that we do not. When you literally start putting God first in everything that you do, you don't have to worry about anything. You are protected. No weapon formed against you shall ever prosper. God said, without him we can do nothing. So think about that as you think about what your purpose is and what you actually should be doing on this earth. Creators is who we are. Creators what you should be doing.